Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I've just sent out the link now, guys, so just bear with me. It will be a few minutes. Just sorting out some of my charts. Hi, guys. Hello, hello, hello. SMTG. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Just sent out the link now, so just waiting on a few people. A few more people to join as well. Morning, Robert. Good morning, good morning. This SGN looks great. This is a nice setup. I am in this already from 1.37, I think it is. 1.38. I'm in from there. I played it early as well on the falling wedge breakout, which I gave you guys on Twitter, but then I also did enter here once. I mentioned on, I gave you guys the chart like this on Twitter, but in the Discord I mentioned to the members that once they got a green candle closing the demand zone, which was this one, this was their entry point. So some of the members got in this over here, which was 142 level. For the re-entries all the way to here was a nice 12% move. But initially we also did enter here where we played the breakout of the falling wedge, which was, I think it was like this. So this was just a standard easy setup, everything that we usually do. So this was what we entered here in the Discord over here, and there was the breakout. So that was even another move there. Entered within the wedge to there was a nice 20% move. So yeah. Very nice morning. I've already hit my daily goal, which is great to start the year. I'm very happy. But yeah, we will see how the market opens. Hi guys, good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Yo, 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 yo. Happy New Year, guys. NGM. Expecting this one to break out. I know it's taking a little bit longer than usual, but it is still valid trade. So if you want to take an entry, this is still a valid trade simply because it's on the support zone here. It's in a bullish pennant, expecting price to break out. If it doesn't, it's going to come down to this $1 level. Breaks below $1 level, I would cut the play. I would cut the setup. So I am in it. I already sold some at one. What was this? Where is this green candle here? It was 112 that I sold, and then I still have some left, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm expecting this to break out. I know it is starting to pull back a little bit, but if it goes below $1, I would cut it. So if you did enter now, just cut it under $1. Usually that's a big psychological level, and just look for re-entries if it does break above that. SGN, for me, it's too high from where I would enter. On SGN simply because this is where my entries are. So in my mindset, it's like it's already gone up, I think like 10% from where I wanted it. So I feel like I would be chasing. But if you are entering this trade now, I mean, you can take this trade, I guess, but it for me, my kind of setup, it doesn't fit my setup simply because it's already gone off from where I entered initially here, 137. But if you're simply just playing the trend, yeah, it's a lower risk trade. Like I don't expect this thing to knife or come down. It's respecting this demand zone here. It's pushing up to in an uptrend. It is still up 32%, so it does still look good. NGM, yeah, I just mentioned this one. SNES. I'm just gonna delete this. I'm just gonna try and keep my charts clean. ARBK, this is a blockchain. Gonna delete it. Guys, a lot of the blockchain are there, Robert, you asked. So in regards to the Bitcoin plays, guys, all of the Bitcoin plays are running. So that is IREN, Mara, BKKT, CAN, all these plays here, you'll see them. All the miners will just run with Bitcoin, right? To ask me about my input on the trades, do not follow the setups or the technicals on the Mara and the blockchains because they simply just follow Bitcoin, right? It's very difficult to take a day trade on them. I mean, simply because if Bitcoin comes down, Bitcoin's very volatile. If that comes down, the other players are simply just going to follow. So you can't just play a Bitcoin play because you see a technical breakout on it. In my opinion, what I've known from the past is whatever the Bitcoin does, these plays will follow. Yes, they are up a lot, so you're simply just playing the momentum. I don't know what's going to happen with Open. I don't trade crypto. I don't trade Bitcoin at all, so I don't know. But in terms of the chart, I mean, Bitcoin's bullish. Look at over the last few months, right? It's been very bullish. That's all I can really say about it. But in terms of day trades and that kind of thing, it's just very difficult to say, okay, you're going to have a certain amount of stop loss in that, because it's just really dependent on what Bitcoin does. So yeah, I mean, swing trades, I guess it's a safer swing trade simply because Bitcoin is running, it's up, right? But I mean, other than that, there's nothing really else I can say about it. I don't really know too much about Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I mean, the chart overall we can see is bullish. This isn't a bullish pennant on the monthly as well, so yeah, it's getting close to this monthly chart. So it's hitting all the levels that I've expected it to at the moment. You do expect this to break out on this chart. So I did post this on Twitter a while ago, but we'll see what this does do. So looking on a smaller time frame, so let's say like a 15-minute. I mean, you're not really going to scalp Bitcoin. You're not going to put $45,000 into one trade to make a couple $100. So it's it's a completely different trading style. I don't know how this works. I don't want to give my feedback on it because I'm not confident enough to know what's going to happen. But if you're looking in on a larger time frame, it's very, very simple and easy to understand. This is a bullish chart, right? And you do expect to simply the play to keep moving up, right? And then from there, you just need to identify where the support and resistance levels are. So that's all I can really say about Bitcoin. SNGX. So yeah, SNGX, I mentioned watch the downtrend break. This was the downtrend break here. So where would you have entered? This was your entry candle right here. I mentioned in the Discord to the members as well, 0.885 was the entry level. So 0.885 is around here. So yeah, it's currently up 7% since I mentioned that in the Discord. So if anyone did in the Discord and grab that, well done. I think, who was it? I can't remember who it was, but yeah, someone in the Discord asked me what level, and then it was simply just a downtrend break over here. This candle closed, go into the 1 minute to get your sniper entry, and then bang, there's the breakout. So yeah, that's simply it. Just broke this downtrend over here, and then we got this. So I'll update the chart on Twitter for you guys as well. Give me 1 second. So I personally didn't enter this trade, even though I mentioned waiting for the downtrend break because I was busy setting this up. So I just ignored it. Bitcoin breaking bets is risky too. Yeah, I'm not touching bets. Everyone's talking about that play. It's a pumpers play in my opinion. Yeah, it's just really not my kind of play at all. It's 1 cent. So you can take that information as much as you want. So if you were to take the trade, this is your resistance level 0.150, but I know it's up 15% and it's running, right? But it's not my kind of style of play. I'm not going to trade a stock that's 1 cent. No worries, Robert. It's just difficult, Robert, with Bitcoin. I really don't have too much information about it, unfortunately. Like, all it is Bitcoin runs those plays, just follow. So that's why those are all up. What do you think about SNGX? Yeah, SNGX broke this. So SNGX is way too high from where I initially would have entered. As I just mentioned, I mentioned in the Discord, 0.8850 was the resistance level. So it was around here. So this was the resistance level here on the downtrend. So you got the downtrend break, right? This was basically your entry candle here. And that's where I personally would have entered. But the fact that it's broken it now, it's for me, I feel like I'm chasing it, but it's just kind of playing the momentum. That's how it would be. SNGX, your next resistance level is this. So if you are in it, $1 would be your resistance. That's your next big resistance level. Do I expect it to go there? Probably yes. I mean, ever since this long wick here, we've had a rejection once, twice. So 0.75 is that big resistance level or support, and now it's pushing to the upside. So yeah, I do expect it to get to 1, breaks 1, go all the way to 112. Those are your levels. Air, I posted Jonah in the Discord, so you can have a look at that. I expect it to break out. It's a bullish chart. However, it is low volume, so it will probably take a while. It's in a falling wedge. I do expect price to break out. I personally wouldn't enter now because the volume, there's not enough volume, but the fact that it's holding $2 is a good sign. Yeah, that's it. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. LB, oh yeah, I saw LBPH. What was it? Yeah, this one. I saw this trade, yeah. This looks good. It's trying to reverse right now as well. So here's your support level, 1245-ish. I don't think that's a low, but it's kind of where you are at. So you can identify here's an area of support. We've got a green candle close. We're starting to trend reverse from a downtrend to an uptrend, right? So that's kind of what I have with this. So it does look pretty good. I won't be entering it. It's not my kind of play, but this is what you have for this on LBPH. What's the low on this? I think it's 1240, so around here. So it looks like it is reversing. If we go to now to the 1 minute, what can we identify within the downtrend, right? We can identify that we found this area of support. From there, we found another green candle here that's pushed to the upside. Here is your downtrend within the downtrend. So if it breaks that, maybe you can look for sniper entries, but yeah, for me, I'm not going to be entering this. It's not my kind of setup. However, it is looking like it is trying to reverse. So if you can break a downtrend, you should be fine on this right here. ROI got a huge sell-off, didn't it? Nothing on ROI. There's no trend. So look, this is a very simple and easy thing anyone can do and learn, right? It's just look at the trend. So yes, it's on the 5 minute. Look at the trend. What is it, an uptrend or a downtrend, right? You don't know what's going on with this current trend. So look, I mean, if we go from, I guess, here to here, right? What is price doing within this range? We can identify that as going up, down, up, down, up, down, okay? There's no reason to be entering a trade now because you don't know what direction it's going to go. Wait for the play. All you need the play to do is simply just go to an uptrend. So now you want this play to bounce off this and push up. Then once you start to see it push to the upside, then you can try and get a trade. Much lower risk, right? You have a much more confidence getting in the trade. Trying to gamble and hope that it's going to break and run now is a lot higher risk. So that's why I would just, for me, it's not my kind of setup. I don't like the price action of the candles. So at the moment, I would just leave it. However, you can enter if you like. Tesla's up. It's running a bit. I don't really chart these. I don't really chart large caps. Let's try and see what's going on here. So it's broken below this demand zone, which is not good. So it's bearish right now. So this is the demand zone here. Okay, we can see that it's rejected this here. These top wicks is not a good sign. That just identifies that there is a lot of resistance here. You can see that this price level here is 250. That's a huge psychological level. You need this to break above 250 and hold, and then you can look for an entry on it. But for me, it's not worth entries now to gamble. You need confirmation. You can see that it's come here. It's rejected once, twice. Yeah, so it needs to get above that. NBSE. Also, guys, I will mention in a few minutes that we have switched to, well, I'm going to announce it after that in regards to the Discord, one sec. So in regards to Discord, we currently use Upgrade Chat or PayPal. We are switching, we are going to be using Stripe. So, I mean, current members, you guys, don't worry, it doesn't affect you guys, but I know a lot of people have been asking if we can use Stripe. I know it's a lot easier and more common for most people, especially international. And some people don't really like PayPal for whatever reason. So we are going to be switching to Stripe. So it's a lot easier for you guys to sign up as well if you want to. So we'll be making that announcement probably later today or tomorrow. And we are doing a couple adjustments to the Discord as well. So current members, this doesn't apply to you. Don't worry, you guys are fine. But in regards to moving forward for this year, we will be having limited spots each month, probably about 10, and just kind of really focusing on members. And we might be increasing the price as well. I won't tell you unless I know when we will do it. If I do, I will tell you. You guys will know about it, and you guys will have enough time to sign up on the current price right now. So I'll let you guys know about everything. But yeah, we are switching to Stripe. So I know that might be helpful for some of you guys because a lot of people have asked about it. as well. Yeah, you guys are fine. Current users, nothing will change with you guys. You guys are fine. Like, it won't affect you guys at all. It's just for new coming members. When I do announce it, I will activate the Stripe, and then it'll just be a different link. So you guys will be fine. Nothing changes unless you guys cancel. And then if you want to join again or whatever, then you will go back. You'll sign up on the new link, which is through Stripe rather than PayPal. So if you want to even cancel your upgrade chat through PayPal, just before your membership ends, and then you can go to Stripe. If it's easier for you, you can do that too as well. I do encourage it as well. Main reason why we're switching as well, I mean, it doesn't really matter to you guys too much, but it's because upgrade chat has huge fees. I think it's like they take like 10% as opposed to Stripe is much less. So that's why we also switched over. Right, let's see. Oh, this NBSC. NBSC had very low volume from what I just saw now. Let me have a look. Yeah, NBSC is not my kind of play. I would avoid it. The volume isn't there. This is a 4-hour chart and these candles aren't there at all. There's not enough volume. Yeah, I personally would avoid it. So just leave that one out. Let me see some other plays. SNGX moving. Wow, nice on SNGX. There's the $1 that I mentioned. So $1, then I think said 112 was the next level. So if anyone did grab it, well done. I know I mentioned that for me personally would be chasing. I actually didn't enter it, unfortunately, but I missed it because I was setting this up. But I gave it to you guys on Twitter. I said, watch this trend line break. You can basically enter the trade. So if you did get in then, well done. So if you got in there from this trend line break, so 0.885 was that resistance level. All the way up to here is an 18% move. So that was a very nice trade if you did get in. Well done. Did any of you guys manage to grab this? If so, let me know. $1, and then you have 112, and then 124 is your next level. 124, 135. These are just your next levels. 0.85 was that resistance level, so we'll put that orange for now. So this thing's going pretty nuts, which is nice to see. Jonah, you're in this, aren't you? I think you're still in this. If you held it, I remember you mentioning that you think it'll go back up. Damn, this thing really moved. I think you entered a 103, wasn't it? From what I remember. All right, let me see what else is moving. Yeah, this thing. So 112 is your next resistance, which is this candle here. We had a rejection here, 112, then 124, then all the way to 135. Oh, 104, nice. Nice. Just, Jonah, if I was you, I would just keep obviously scaling. You pretty much know the deal, what to do, right? Don't try and just hold if you're going to hope it's going to keep running. But yeah, we just at least secure some profits. SMFL. Another low volume play. Still in a downtrend. I personally would avoid it. Lots of wicks is a lot of rejection as well. Yeah, I don't know. This is a difficult one to chart. I personally would avoid it for now. I would wait for 175 break, if anything, to look for entries on this. SK, let's look at some other plays here, some of the other plays. So I am in this SXTC trade. I took it much earlier today, which was nice. I got in at, what's my average? 2.69. 2.695 is what I'm in at. So I am still in this trade. Gonna see if we can keep going on this. It's slowing down a bit, but I've taken most profits already at 278 and then I think 280. SNTG, I like this setup as well. It is still just kind of hovering over this demand zone, but there's no real clear trend. Simple. I mean, if you're looking at 10 minute, I guess it is in a downtrend, but for me, I needed to start pushing to the upside to have any kind of confidence with this entry. So I wouldn't be entering now personally. SGN, how about SGN? SGN looks good. As I mentioned, it's just simply just in this uptrend, even if we draw it from here, right? Even here. It's simply just respecting this trend line. That's all I can really say about it here. Demand zones here, which is the last bearish candle before the big move to the upside. Here's your, yeah, demand zones right here. That's kind of what I got on this. It's kind of forming a bullish pennant actually. So yeah, so we can say it is bullish. It is forming this bullish pennant, so you do expect it to break out. It is respecting this pretty well, this support line as well. So it's low risk entries on here in my opinion, but obviously just make sure you have your mental stop loss for the pre-market, since you can't have an actual pre-market stop loss. Yeah, it does look good. So this is looking good. I like the setup. Do expect this one to break out. It just needs to get some push into the upside. Yeah, so you expect price to do exactly what it's doing. So you can see here rejection and then bounce off, rejection, bounce off, here rejection, bounce off, and then you want it to break, and then 185 is your next level. Then you got 220 next. So this is kind of these are next short-term levels. These aren't targets, right? My targets are when I'm up 3 to 5%, I sell some of my position. I don't hold to the resistance level here and resistance here. I literally just play for percentages rather than holding for targets, because holding for targets will not treat you well, to be honest. It's a lot higher risk. This VYGR, I don't really like this setup too much. All I can simply say is that it just needs to break 1247, and then you got 1418. Reason why 1418 is the next resistance level is because of this here, right? So we've had 1, 2 rejections. That's a double top right there. But we can see that now it is pushing up. So if it does break 1247, your next level is 1418. So you can send an alert on this if you want. If for 1247 break or 1245 breaks that, then you should expect continuation to the upside as well. For those who have just joined, if you guys can do me a favor and like up the stream, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you can subscribe. We are going to start posting some videos, probably I think four a month. I'm going to be doing a couple of trade reviews, and Hassi will be doing some other educational videos as well for you guys. So I highly recommend you guys want to subscribe if you want. It's completely free. Air, yeah, this is air setup. So I didn't trade it all last week. I haven't traded in like a week, well, 10 days. So I'm kind of just catching up with the market in terms of the plays that ran last week. So just kind of seeing which ones are, and I've just added the runners from last week onto my watch list and seeing if any of them will rinse and repeat for today. So remember, it is the start of a new year, so the market is going to be a little different, right? But same rules apply. You shouldn't be changing anything to your trading if you are doing well. If not, you guys pretty much, I'm pretty certain most people who are struggling, right, understand that what they're doing wrong and they know how to fix it. They just struggle to do with it, to improve on it, right? The main thing I can always say is literally, if you're still trying to find a strategy, make sure you are using small size. You should not be going in with all your money in your account, because that's not how you will learn. You want to get consistency first before anything, before even deciding on getting in with a lot of size. So once you're confident in seeing results, then it should work much better. But the biggest thing I can say is, guys, is risk management. I highly recommend you guys to join the Discord if you want to learn about that and become a profitable and consistent trader, because it will make you much more consistent and definitely more disciplined as well. So if you want to definitely improve your trading, risk management is probably the most important thing. Everyone has a strategy, that's fine, you learn that, but the main thing you need to learn is risk management. Trying to understand when you get into a trade how much you're willing to lose and how much you're going to make, right? And then it will definitely be much easier on your motions. No chasing, no FOMO, and so on, right? SNGX was time. This thing's extremely volatile. You too, DJ bro. You too. Right, let me see if any other top gainers in this morning, any new ones? LBPH, ROI, LTH. There's nothing really, nothing else is really moving. $138. Yeah, so SGM my 138 is my entry on this. So the reason why I got in this, I mentioned to you guys on Twitter about this setup that I just said it's pulling back to demand zone, which means that you should be starting to look for entries on this, right? Just because it gets to this demand zone doesn't mean you enter, right? And then on the Discord, I mentioned where members can enter and how they can enter this trade. So all they needed to do is they needed to wait for it to pull back to here, which we did. Then all we needed to do is wait for a green candle close, which we got. And then that was simply our entry. And we can see that from that green candle close here, right? We can see that it ran a nice 10% from there. So just because it comes into demand zone, that isn't enough to enter, because if you're just going to try and enter here, it can continue to go down as well, right? Bets moving. Yeah, I don't really care about bets, to be honest. I mean, this thing's a pumpers play from my experience. Although it can run crazy, I hope it does if you are in. But yeah, it's all over Reddit, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. So I just avoid these plays. It's 1 cent for a reason, as well. 1 cent is your next 1.5 cents. I don't know, whatever that is your next level. Acon. Acon. Another setup that I personally wouldn't be entering, a very low volume. It is kind of setting up in a falling wedge pattern, which is a good sign. But for me, it's not my kind of setup. But I need plays to have volume in order to respect my trend, in order to respect technicals. If there is no volume, it's difficult for plays to respect technicals. It'll just break straight through. And it'll be very inconsistent. Plays with volume will respect technicals much more, especially if you are day trading and using smaller time frames. So Acon, yes, if you're looking technically, it should break out. However, there is low volume, so you need this to push to the upside first before you can look for anything. I would just say that 0.2 is your next psychological level. So if you can break above that, then you can maybe look for entries. But at the moment, in my opinion, it's not really worth entries. It's a little too risky, to be honest. LBPH. So yeah, LBPH, this is what I did mention to you guys. For those who were in at the start, I did mention that we had the 5 minute, and I said we pulled back here once and twice, and then I said, look, we're starting to reverse. Hence, we had a green candle, which we got. We pull back here 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of support, okay? And then you can see on the 1 minute when I drew this downtrend, right? I said, once this broke this downtrend, this is where you can look for possible entries, right? Because that's where it indicates a trend reversal. So if you got in here, right, on this candle break, all the way to here, there's another 15% move, right? So incorporating both a larger time frame and a smaller time frame will definitely help you with confirmation of entry. So 5 minute, we can identify in the larger time frame that it was in a downtrend. However, that's fine. We did identify then that there was an area of support. It's pulled back here once. It held 1240 and again and again and again. Right, this green candle was enough for me to look for entries if I did take the trade. But if we're looking here then on the 1 minute, we still had that downtrend. So all you needed to do is, although yes, it started to look like buyers were stepping in, once this downtrend break, this was your entry here, right, on this. So that's LBPH right there. I'm not sure if anyone did grab it when I did mention it though. I know a couple people are in it in the Discord. 2 people, nice. What happened? Let go of what? SGN green candle. Yeah, SGN's pushing up. It's doing exactly what I've been mentioning from the start of the stream. I mentioned that it's in a I mentioned first that we were in this uptrend. I didn't identify this bullish pennant until a little bit later, but it's simply just respecting this. So if you got in around this 147 level, right, to 154, there's your 3% already. But your next level is 160, and then you have literally all the way to 185. So expecting this one to break out. It is getting close to open, so in 30 minutes, but as long as it stays within this pattern, it should break out of this. I'm expecting this to break out. I am in at 138. I've already sold majority, but I'm just going to hold some. This is another potential play if you haven't entered this play. I am already in this trade. I've already taken some profits, but it's down 30%. It ran 97% the other day, so it is a big pullback on this trade. However, it is a possible dead cat bounce play so that we can expect it to push to the upside on this. So let's see if it does do that. I'm going to go over my watch list. I'm going to then go over just quick things in the Discord. I'll probably mention it this week. Just some of the things that we're doing. So if you guys want to join, and then I'm going to head into Discord. So first of all, I have these plays on the left. The blue ones are simply just the plays that I'm watching. And then the orange ones are just sub $1 plays. They're mostly for Hassi setups. I don't take trades sub $1, so these are just for him to, if I see them running, I'll just mention them to him. SXTC, this is a nice setup. I do like this. I literally just mentioned it was up 97%. It's down 30% this morning. I am expecting this to push to the upside. I am in a 269. I've sold majority of my profits, but if this does run, it has a lot of room to the upside, so that's why I'm in this trade. SNTG, we are in this demand zone here. We can see the candles, the candles are getting smaller. That just indicates that there's a lack of volume. The volume is slowing down, right? I'm going to personally wait for re-entries if I can get above this 380 level here. The reason why 380 is because we've had resistance once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, right? So I'm not going to be entering now because every time it gets this level, it just rejects. So all I need to do is wait for 380. Then I'll look for possible entries. SGN, everyone should be in this trade with me. Even when I mentioned it at the start of the stream, I mentioned it about 5 minutes ago. I do expect this one to break out. Don't hold for 20% moves. I literally just hold for 3 to 5%. I sell some of my position and scale out as I go. It's that simple. Should not be holding for 20, 30% moves. It's very unrealistic, and that's where you'll get called out. NGM, this one as well. I'm expecting this to break out. I am in this trade. If it goes below $1, I will cut the trade. VYGR, I mentioned this one. 1247 is the only level you should be looking for entries. Then you have all the way to 418, which is that next resistance that we had previously. Air, this is a larger time frame. Someone in the Discord did mention about this one. I do like the setup, but at the moment there isn't enough volume for me to be entering it, but it is in a bullish chart pattern, so you do expect price to break out of this level. ROI, I mentioned this one. It should not, no one should be entering this trade because remember I said that it's trading within this range here. There is no indication of any trend. We don't know if it's an uptrend or downtrend. It's simply just trading within a range. So wait for this to at least push to the upside. So you want it to basically respect this trend line here and push to the upside. Then you can look for safer entries, but trying to enter now is a complete gamble in my opinion. It probably will run up. It's up 50%, so we will see, but doesn't mean that we should get in now because we think it's going to go up. HLTH, it's not really my kind of setup. Like I said, these sub $1 plays are more for Hassi, so I just got them on my watch list. But it did run pretty crazy earlier on today. Hook, another one, larger time frame setup. It is in a bullish pennant, so we do expect price to break out of this, right? So 0.80 is your next resistance level. Then you have room all the way to this 0.88 and then $1 as well. So this is your chart on Hook. SNGX, this one's pretty much the most volatile play at the moment. This should probably be everyone's watch if they do like playing sub $1 plays. Yeah, just kind of looks like the best setup for now. But other than that, there's not really too many setups for today. I'm going to be extra patient. I've already hit my daily goals, so I will be just giving alerts in the Discord. Yeah, it's a pretty simple morning standard that I do every single day. So I do expect the market to be a little different just because it is the first day of the year. And then in regards to the Discord, like I said, I'm going to be mentioning this throughout the week. We are making some changes to the Discord. The reason is because we're going to start limiting spots for the year. For each month, we will be opening spots. I think probably 10 spots each month. So once they're gone, they're gone. Also, in regards to the Discord that we are going to be doing, we might be increasing the prices. I'll let you know when we do it. And don't worry, you will have time to join on the normal price right now before it does get increased. And then also in terms of the payment, we are switching to Stripe, so it'll be a lot easier for a lot of you guys to pay. I know some of you guys don't trust PayPal, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, we are going to be switching to Stripe. It doesn't affect any current members. All current members, everything's fine. Unless you cancel, then obviously it will change. But all current members, you guys are fine. Don't worry, nothing will change on your end. But for new members coming in, when I do announce the Stripe and everything, then you guys will be able to sign up on there, which is a lot easier as well. So I'll also even just send the link now to join if you want to for Discord. So take advantage if you want to join now in the Discord. But yeah, like I said, each month there will be limited spots. BTTX is a Bitcoin play, Faizan, so that's just going to simply just follow Bitcoin. So whatever Bitcoin does, it's just going to follow that. So I mentioned at the start of the stream, those plays, all the blockchain plays, Mara, BKKT, BTTX, IREN, BitIF, Can, Riot, Hut, all of them, they will all just follow Bitcoin. So you can watch what Bitcoin does, it will follow that. That's how simple those are to trade. All right, so I'm going to head into Discord now, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. I will catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.